Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about the lesson. It's Jesus is the living word. Okay, now if you read or listened to the last SSA I did yesterday, you'll know that this Sunday the kids are going to hear an amended lesson I taught about a decade or so ago, and I figured I'd share it with you all. Shh, don't tell the kids, it's going to be a surprise. You see, at the beginning of the lesson, I'm going to hand them all a sun catcher, and I'll hold it up to the light, and I'll ask them to paint it while they're going to hear a story. Now, the story, I think you all have heard this story before, but bear with me. You see, God gave Moses, this old fella, these 10 commandments. And then he gave them the first 5 books of the Bible. And everything was in black and white. It was all divinely inspired, but there was a whole lot of human intervention involved. But it was exactly what was needed at the time. But when God knew we were ready, he sent down his only son to show us how to do this perfectly and how to live all those laws and all those rules and everything that was in the Old Testament. He taught us how to do it perfectly. And in the process of doing that, he kind of really brought the Bible to life. The Torah, the Old Testament to life. And in living it perfectly, a lot of people would pay attention to him and follow him. Of course, we're talking about Jesus. Now, the only one that's ever done this thing perfectly was Jesus. And he really brought the Bible to life, kind of like taking a movie and bringing it to life. And he brought color to the Bible. Now, that's the story I'm going to tell to the kids. And then I'm going to have them hold up that sun catcher that they've now painted. Hold it up to the light. And I'm going to say, use the analogy of the sun catcher and say, thanks to Jesus, the Bible is now vibrant and living and there to life. And then once we do that, we're going to pray over them, and then we'll let the kids take those sun catchers home, and I'll ask them to put them by wherever they keep their Bible. And then before they start to study, we'll then have them pray to Jesus and thank him for bringing the words of the Bible to life. And that way it'll be asking Jesus to be part of their daily prayers each and every day. That's the lesson that I'm going to teach this Sunday. And feel free to use any or all of this lesson in any of your Sunday school lessons. God bless you all. Now, as far as the Bible verses today, Matthew 5:17 through 20, and John 1:1 through 18. As far as questions, how do you feel about using memory tools as teaching devices? God bless you and have a blessed day.